I finalized my tool listing and have initiated their order. Not all at once from the same place. A little from this manufacturer, a little from that manufacturer. They are not going to be all arriving at the same time. It is like, I'll get them when I get them. Most of them are made by Makita, with a few more made by Dewalt. With the exception of one tool, all of them are battery operated. I could not simply go online and start ordering. The first thing I had to do was sit myself down and study them. I mentioned in a previous clip about doing everything by hand back in the day. What I did not mention is the period in between then and now, when the majority of tools were powered by electricity. They had cords, and you plugged them in. Imagine, if you will, a guy like me at my age, trying to make the leap from manual hand operation to battery operated. Imagine what that is like. If you have trouble picturing it in your head, then let me tell you, it was by far the hardest thing I ever did in a long time. Let's start with the makes, Makita and Dewalt. Makita tools use Makita batteries. Dewalt tools use Dewalt batteries. You can fit a Dewalt battery inside a Makita tool. You can fit a Makita battery inside a Dewalt tool. Are you following me so far? If so, that's not all. In order to charge the batteries, you need a battery charger. I need to have a Makita battery charger to charge my Makita batteries. I need to have a Dewalt battery charger to charge my Dewalt batteries. You can probably guess the rest. I cannot fit a Dewalt battery inside a Makita battery charger. I cannot fit a Makita battery inside a Dewalt battery charger. Are you following me so far? If so, that's not all. All tool manufacturers make different size batteries. I can have a smaller battery which lasts a little while, or I can have a larger battery which lasts a longer while. What would be an advantage of a smaller size battery? By the fact that they are smaller, they weigh less. Why handle something which performs a task that weighs a certain amount when you can have the same tool which does exactly the same task and weighs less? It would be like carrying around a huge cell phone that is heavier when you have the option to have a similar phone in your pocket which weighs less. That would be an advantage of the smaller battery. But the problem is they don't last as long. So why doesn't everyone just go with the bigger batteries even if they are heavier? Because they are more expensive. The lastability of a battery is stated in amps or amp hours. You can guess that a battery with 5 amps will last longer than one with 2 amps. The 5 amp battery will also be bigger and more expensive, unless they happen to be the same voltage. Then they could possibly be the same size. Are you with me so far? Here are 2 Makita batteries. One clearly says 18 volts, 5 amp hours, and the other one you can't read, so I'll tell you. It says 18 volts, 3 amp hours. Because they are the same voltage, they are the same size, but not the same price. You can probably guess which costs more. Are you following me so far? If so, that's not all. This picture includes a different voltage Makita battery type, which is a 12 volt. As you can see, its top is different from the other two. What that means, if you haven't already guessed it, is a completely different battery charger for the same manufacturer, because it is a different voltage and I need it for the 12 volt Makita tools I have to have. And notice, I have not even shown you the Dewalt batteries along with their chargers. In ordering all of this online, I could not afford to get any of it wrong, because it would not be like taking it back to the store. I'm not even talking tools. I'm just talking batteries and chargers to go with them. It's too bad that I am not smarter than I am, because if I were, I would have went through this altogether differently. I've went ahead and simply gotten the cheaper versions of everything. The previous version, the kind with the cord and you have to plug it in. Imagine what a headache I could have saved. But it is already a done deal. Eventually I will grow into the use of battery operated, and I'll probably be glad I did.